before we say goodbye to each other, we have I guess, another vital business item to take care of, and that is the first is our IFDM 2018 Canada Declaration, which I'm going to read to you. It's going to take me a little bit of time. The print is very small, so I may miss a few words, but I think it's important because this is really the outcome of our conference that will carry forward now through to Brussels. So, the IFDM 2018 Canada Declaration. The preamble is the purpose of this declaration is to set out a list of key issues to be addressed that would lead to measurable improvements in employment experiences for workers with a disability, reduced liabilities of employers, and costs to governments. It is founded on our consensus of what works and what does not. It began with codes of practice, which outline the evidence, the programs, and the practice. The UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities strengthened the demand and provided a mechanism through which state practices can now be evaluated. The International Social Security Association guidelines propose an emphasis on the work environment as the focus of action. With this foundation, the Kuala Lumpur IFDM 2016 Declaration set out a framework of values. At this 2018 IFDM in Vancouver, we put forward a practical agenda that will lead to demonstrable improvements. The agenda clarifies the duties of governments, employers, unions, and other relevant stakeholders. It provides a useful support where it is needed and puts government money to work in ways that reduce poverty and unemployment of workers with a disability. In the declaration, we identify the barriers that still face workers with a disability. Number one, poverty of workers with a disability. People with disabilities comprise approximately 25% of all people living in poverty. Conditions of work. Work is not designed with accommodation in mind. Work environments continue to exclude workers with a disability by unintentional design. 3, attitudes. Despite major strides in the acceptance of human rights of workers with a disability, stereotypes and stigma bar concrete action at work and in design of our workplaces. And 4, inadequate and ineffective supports. Concrete income support does not prevent workers from living in poverty. Lack of accommodation and return to work increases financial insecurity and unemployment. And this is compounded by proliferation of non-standard work in workplaces with increased contracting out and non-permanent employment arrangements, migration of workers and employers because of the increasing use of temporary foreign workers, and transnationalism of employers. Large informal economic sectors which prevent structural accommodation and stifle fiscal benefits supports, and barriers to access to technology. The IFDM process has increased recognition of these challenges and developed independent research and practice to address them. We've built national and international networks and forums which influence national and international strategies. And we've recognized the importance of consensus approaches based on evidence and considering the views of workers with disabilities, their representatives, employers, service providers, and government. Therefore, we agree to promote, 1, the adoption of national or regional strategies to address the poverty of workers with a disability, which include employers' return to work obligations, program standards, and joint workplace committees. Number 2, we agree to promote extended protection to workers with intermittent, chronic, recurring, and aggravated impairments and mental illness. Protection should begin before employment is lost through the recognition of the potential challenges of impairment. Number 3, we agree to promote disability management services for workers in atypical employment contracts, including those in the gray and gig economies, temporary and part-time employees, and migrant workers. We also agree to promote, number 4, awareness of the demographic challenges facing Social Security systems and employers, and measures to extend the productive working life of older workers with impairments. Number 5, we agree to promote support for small business and subcontractors through supply chain responsibilities and collaborations between small employers and subcontractors to pool resources and implement practices that are consistent with good disability management practice. Number 6, we agree to promote the provision by social protection and public employment agencies of reliable technical support for small business, sole proprietorships, partnerships, and other micro and informal businesses through funding a network of community-based return-to-work clinics designed to support workers with an impairment in the efforts to work. And number 7, we agree to promote the requirement that staff responsible for developing disability management programs and supporting return to work are properly qualified and have a relevant professional certification. Number 8, we agree to promote the provision of fair and adequate income support, health care, and return-to-work services, whether provided by government or private, for-profit or not, that covers all workers, including those in the informal labor market. And finally, number 9, we agree to promote reporting requirements under national and international legislation for companies, regions, and states to report on jobs lost, retained, and gained as a result of ill health and disability. And ladies and gentlemen, that is your IFDM 2018 Canada Declaration. This declaration will be posted on the IFDM website in the next day or so, and I want to thank Andrew King, who took the lead role in writing the declaration for us. It was Andy who in 1997 took the lead in writing the Code of Practice for Disability Management, which became the basis for the development of the ILO Code of Practice Managing Disability in the Workplace, published in 2001. So it was only natural for us to ask him 21 years later to write this next chapter for us. Thank you, Andrew. Is Andrew here? Right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, our time is rapidly coming to an end. I think you will agree that we've had a tremendous conference over the last 2.5 days. And let me start by just thanking all of you as presenters, as panel members, but most importantly, as participants. You came here from different parts of Canada and around the world to share your stories and thank you for doing that. So give yourself a great round of applause. I also want to take this opportunity to thank Wolfgang Zimmerman, Joyce Crevel, and the rest of the team at that great little university called Pacific Coast University for Workplace Health Sciences. They worked tirelessly the last couple of months to pull all this together. Thank you very much. And I'd also like to thank Donnell McInerney and other members of the steering committee who put an outstanding program together, which attracted all presenters from 20 countries from around the world. Thank you to the committee again, and you, Donnell. And as I said to the panel members and to the workshop presenters, for sharing their research, their analytical findings, their experiences, in order that we can learn more in the field of disability management and return to work. Without your participation, this conference would not have been possible. Thank you. Finally, I'd like to thank the staff of the Marriott Hotel who did such an amazing job of feeding us and caring for us and helping us organize this event for the last 2.5 days. Thank them as well. It's been my tremendous pleasure, absolute pleasure to be the Master of Ceremonies for this conference. It is my hope that you leave today feeling inspired, informed, and reassured that the work you do is so very critical to those who have a physical or mental disability. You know, I come back to my opening remarks in the story I gave. If that accident happened to my driver in 2018, with people like you doing the work you do, I think his life would be a lot different than it is today. You really do change the lives of people in your profession. So I thank you for your work. I wish you continued success in everything you do. And I wish you all safe travels home from wherever you come from. Now, please don't stop by the cannabis store. Especially for you from other countries, you cannot take it with you. It's illegal to do so. But before you go, we're going to have a lunch, of course, and we can get together one last time before we say goodbye. But I have one more order of business, and that is the tradition. Every IFDM is to have an official handover of that flag that was up there, that I was able to take from Kuala Lumpur and bring to Canada, and of course now will be handed to Belgium. And so let me ask Francois Pearl to come forward and officially receive the flag, and we will allow you to close this event for us. Francois. There you are, my friend.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Hope to see you in Brussels.
Yes. Over to you, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you to all of you. I invite first to know a little bit more about Brussels, and normally there is a short video presenting the city where I'm born and where I live since 47 years, and where I invite all of you in 2 years to assist to the IFDM 2022. Thank you. we all be Brussels in 2 years. It will be not during summertime, but on the 2, 3, and 4th of December. You'll be very lucky for 3 things. First, you will assist to the AIFDM. Second, you will have the opportunity, I think, if construction are over, to enjoy the biggest pedestrian area in Europe. It will be in the center of Brussels, and the venue will be located just next to this. And third, you will probably also be able to enjoy a wonderful Christmas market we have in Brussels on this pedestrian area, so hope you see. And one very last thing, I will ask you, all of you, to get up, and I will take a picture, and you will say when I will count to 3, hello Brussels, okay? So, hello Brussels, 1, 2, 3. Thank you, and see you in Brussels.